This is Newsbeat from OU Daily. I'm Peggy Dodd.
I'm Megan Pratt.
And here's your weekly headlines. Starting with our city story this week, One Norman hosted a summit about affordable housing on Monday. One Norman is a task force meant to help the city develop a long-term comprehensive plan. The summit featured Shane Phillips, Housing Initiative Project Manager for the Lewis Center of Regional Policy. During the summit, Phillips warned against adopting similar housing policies to California. Phillips discussed what he believes to be the three most essential elements of affordable housing: supply, stability, and subsidy.
The Daily had a lot of campus-based stories published recently. Let's start with the announcement that OU will merge commencement ceremonies beginning in May 2024. University Events announced last week that there will only be 12 separate ceremonies in an email to graduating seniors. Historically, there have been 19 ceremonies, one for each college. All ceremonies will now be held at Lloyd Noble Center, unless otherwise noted. For a complete list of ceremony times and dates, check out our website.
OU community members told OU Daily they were upset about the merging. Isaac Medina is a meteorology senior set to walk in the May 2024 ceremony. His ceremony will not only include meteorology students, but all students from the Gallagher College of Engineering and the Mewbourne College of Earth and Energy. Here's Medina.
Now it feels like a much more informal ceremony where you're kind of just showing up and hearing a more generic speech that applies to a broader audience and then kind of getting your name read.
Chelsea Fraser Flanagan is a history PhD candidate. She started working on her PhD in 2014. With the merging of ceremonies, PhD candidates now walk at their college's ceremony instead of at the university-wide commencement ceremony. Now, Flanagan said she isn't sure if she wants to participate. Here's Flanagan.
Do I want to walk? Is it going to be worth my time to sit through another really long ceremony? Like, no offense to anybody that's graduating in the spring, but I've sat through two of those already, not including my brother's graduation ceremonies. And I just don't know if I can do it again.
Last week, OU released the description and qualifications for the job of Dean of Gaylord College of Journalism and Mass Communications. Former Dean Ed Kaly retired at the end of June. In this announcement, the next ideal dean was described as, quote, visionary, politically astute, and committed to public service and inclusive excellence. Other qualifications include the next dean would need to have proven experience with leading an organization or institution. The Daily published a complete list of those qualifications. The description also stated that a PhD is preferred for the job. Kaly did not have a doctorate degree, but his predecessor, Joe Foote, did.
On October 16th, OU President Joseph Harris Jr. told OU Daily the university might not be able to find another dean like Kaly. Here's Harris.
In terms of the quality of talent we're looking for, the most recent one we announced was Ed Kaly, and I'm not sure how we're ever going to find someone like him.
Kaly cited the need for younger leadership to serve the constantly changing media environment when he stepped down. Andre Dennis Wright, the senior vice president and provost for OU, met with the Gaylord College faculty in September to discuss the search for a new dean. Some faculty at the college have expressed opposition to the makeup of the search committee.
Wright told OU Daily after the meeting that the search committee was formed following guidelines from the OU faculty handbook, and any concerns is a sign of a lack of awareness for the process. Here's Wright.
I think the concern that come through is that they've never done a search before. So while this is normal in how we do searches for deans and for chairs and for faculty across the campus, this is not what they've been privy to. So my role here was to explain to them the process and how that works, and to remind them that the search committee is not the decision-making body.
More details about the committee and search can be found at oudaily.com.
On the topic of deans, a new interim dean was named to the OU Honors College last week. Calvin White took over the role effective on Wednesday, pending approval by the OU Board of Regents. The Honors College has been without a dean since 2017. White previously served as an associate professor of information studies and a senior associate dean for faculty and community in the Dodge Family College of Arts and Sciences. He joined OU in 2008.
If you frequent campus, you might have seen new trash and recycling stations around OU. The university has installed 3 solar panel stations across campus in an effort to improve waste management. The stations completely run on solar power and send automated real-time collection notifications to the OU recycling team. According to a statement from Sarah Ballou, OU Energy and Sustainability Director, that means more labor hours can be pivoted to sorting materials or other recycling tasks.
OU Daily also published some statistics about recycling on OU's campus. According to our research, OU recycled less tons of material over the past year compared to the University of Texas and Oklahoma State University. Ivan Ma, president of the OU Environmental Science Student Association, said he thinks OU can improve their recycling efforts. Ma said while his organization doesn't do recycling on a larger scale, he does want to collaborate with other organizations. Here's Ma.
Composting would help with the overall idea of sustainability, but I think just focusing on some of the current efforts we have of like recycling and just reducing waste in general would be probably better for the university in the long term.
And finally, the OU Student Government Association president and vice president voting has closed. There were 2 tickets for the roles. The first was Community Health Junior Shreya Kathuria for president and Public Relations Junior Anaketh Conneru for vice president. The second was Business Management Junior Caden Glasscock and his running mate, Business Healthcare Junior Cyrus Mortazavi. Voting opened Tuesday and closed Wednesday evening. Glasscock and Mortazavi have won their bids for office. The pair will be inaugurated in December.
Let's look at the Daily's calendar for coming events this week. On Friday night, OU baseball plays UT Arlington.
University Theater presents Orfeo ed Eurydice, the Italian translation of Orpheus and Eurydice.
And on Saturday, OU plays OSU in this year's Bedlam game, the last before OU moves to the Southeastern Conference. The Daily's calendar of events is filling up. The calendar tab on our website features campus, city, and statewide events.
Thanks for listening to Newsbeat from OU Daily. This is the Daily's weekly news podcast. New episodes of Newsbeat will air every Friday. In between episodes, keep up with us throughout the week on social media at the OU Daily and on our website at oudaily.com. Sports fans, be sure to check out the OU Daily Sports Podcast for the latest in sports and commentary.
If you'd like to read more about the stories you heard on this podcast, you can find those and more online. My name is Peggy Dodd. I'm a news editor here at The Daily.
My name is Megan Pratt. I'm a news reporter here at The Daily.
And we'll see you next week here on Newsbeat.